So let me tell you a little bit first about what our company is, what we do, and then how it all ties in with today's presentation. And excuse my voice, it keeps going. So Travel Counsellors were established in the UK in 1994. So that's almost 20 years ago. We'll have a big celebration next year. They just launched into Ireland in 2005. We were the first overseas country that they launched in. And of course, we came to the NSC campus in 2008. We're long old tenants there, Sue. 418 million turnover in the company in our last financial year. That's euro, obviously sterling, 350,000. We're in 6 countries. I'll tell you where they are in a minute. In Ireland, we expect to turn over 18.5 million at the end of our current financial year, which is at the end of October. We were also listed in the Irish Times International Fast Track Companies for Growth in 2012. So we like to think that that's our award because it was because of what the international companies did as opposed to what the head office in the UK did. And in the UK, they also were named as, or won the Queen's Award for Enterprise, which if you have a business in the UK or Northern Ireland, that's a really, really big deal. And there's never been a travel company that won that before. Our global head office is in the UK in Bolton. So as John said, we're a travel agency with a twist. All of the people that work for us, all of our travel counsellors work from home. Our head office people, we work from buildings or offices, but all of the people that work for us work from home. On average, all of those travel counsellors have about 15 years or more experience in the business. We definitely are the market leader in home-based travel agencies in the UK, but in Ireland we're the only home-based travel company. We're the only official one. Some people have travel agents or staff that work from home, but from a complete home working point of view, it's just us. And we think that it's the only way to book travel as well, and I'll explain that to you in greater detail in a minute. So this is where we have travel counsellors. We have 1,200 travel counsellors working for us around the world, the majority in the UK, 760 there, and that includes 24 in Northern Ireland. We have 52 here in the Republic of Ireland, and of course I'm biased, but they're the best in the world. The Irish ones are. The Netherlands launched at the same time as we did. They've got 120, but obviously their population is quite a lot more than ours. Australia and South Africa are in business about 5 years, and then Canada and Dubai are our new babies. So from that point of view, we have really, really good buying power globally. We have direct contracts ourselves with over 500 hotels around the world, but we have access via our systems to over 40,000. We also have special rates with all of the major airlines in the world. So we would have special rates for business and leisure fares because we're quite one of the biggest travel agents in this country as well. So we get extra special deals for our customers, obviously. And then we're agents for all the major tour operators, cruise lines, ferry companies, and so on. What we do and why we're travel agents with a twist and why we do things differently, it's not just because everybody works from home, by the way. It's the whole, with us, it's personal is our new strapline kind of that we're using recently, or that we launched recently. And what we do is we build relationships with our customers. So it's not all online. It's about the people, people dealing with people. But the flexibility of people working from home means that travel counsellors can be there for their customers when their customers need them, and it's not just 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. They're available at weekends and after hours. And I would say that 60% of our business is tailor-made. So we would build a trip or a holiday or a business trip to suit the customer. We're also completely independent. So that means that we don't have our own product to sell. So we're not selling directionally. And an awful lot of travel agents in the world at the moment are selling their own product. So what we sell is what the customer wants. We're also obviously licensed and bonded in Ireland. I'll explain that in a little bit greater detail in a while. So with us, it's personal. This is all about us looking after our customers, our travel counsellors looking after their customers, getting to know them personally, building relationships with them, and going above and beyond the call of duty. So it's a lot different than just booking online, if you like. And that leads me to one of the other things that we're very passionate about, and that is the whole relationship aspect, building a relationship with customers. So you can see from this slide that we've separated out the transactional versus the relational. So from it's quite apparent there, but from a transaction point of view, if a customer is booking, some of you can't see the slide, if a customer is booking either online or with a traditional travel agent, you'll find that it's all price driven, it's very, very quick, it's kind of short term, there isn't a huge amount of service required, and certainly there isn't a huge amount of relationship building. From our point of view then, we're building relationships with the customers so that they stay with us. They're only dealing with experts, and their travel counsellors end up becoming their friends in some cases. But it's a personalised service, and it's really, really good because it's the customers that refer people then to the travel counsellors, and that's where everybody gets their business and builds their business from. Has anybody ever heard of this gentleman, Fred Reichelt? Or the Net Promoter Score? Has anybody ever heard of that? Okay, well, it's this American dude, as we call him, who has written this book called The Ultimate Question. So he invented this customer satisfaction, you know, the way a lot of companies do big customer satisfaction surveys. Well, with this one, there's only one question. And the one question is, how likely is it that you would recommend, in our case, your travel counsellor to your friends and colleagues? And an awful lot of large companies around the world use this. And I'm very proud to say that we have the highest score in the world at over 90%. And Mr. Reichelt has been speaking at some of our conferences. He's met some of our travel counsellors. He's had our chairman, David Speakman, over to America to go on some kind of conferences and roadshows with him. So it's really, and it's a very good read, by the way, as well. And it's a very good thing to have in your company. Now, the companies that we competed against, there you go, to get, we have a higher level of customer service than all those famous brands that you can see on the screen there. So delighted with that. Now, the travel industry in Ireland is very, very heavily regulated. So not just anybody can open up a travel agent if they've travelled all around the world and they decide they want to open up a travel agent. There's very heavy licensing and bonding costs. Traditionally, suppliers paid commission to travel agents. That's how the business worked. Now it's changed. It's a mix of commission and also service fees, where travel agents would charge a customer service fees for the service that they're providing. And it is obviously the service that providing is saving the customers a huge amount of time themselves, particularly when it comes to business travel. So, leading on to today's topic, how do we support our remote TCs and how does it all work? Well, we have an IT help desk that follows the sun, and interestingly that you said, John, there about IT. We're not. We're kind of okay, but we're not really IT people here when we're supporting our 52 people. But we have a fabulous IT help desk and they follow the sun. So we have somebody in Australia, somebody in Canada. So no matter what time of the day, there's somebody there to help. We have an operations desk as well, and we look after the Irish end of things like that, where there's world disasters or anything might go wrong with customers travelling abroad. We have, we support our travel counsellors through sales initiatives, but also helping them to develop their business. That will be one of Bernie and Ciara's main roles as well, helping them to develop their business and to build it. But it's amazing that, and we never really knew this when we started off in Ireland, that when you have people working from home or working remotely, the amount of support we give them, actually, the higher percentage of support we give them is emotional support. So the travel counsellors then became we sometimes do a little bit of counselling. So we have an awful lot of emotional support because you've got somebody who's working from home on their own. It's very, very difficult to motivate themselves, and then you get to know them so well, and then they start to confide in you about maybe personal issues that are taking them away from what they should be doing. And then, of course, our travel counsellors support each other, not only in Ireland, but globally as well, and we give them the technology to do that. So whilst the travel counsellors are building relationships with customers, we're building relationships with them, and they're all building relationships with each other. So that is really the key to a successful home working company. We also have a really good sense of community. So we have a global conference. It's in the UK this year near Birmingham, Telford. I think it's near Birmingham. We also have an Irish conference every year. In April this year, we had over 120 people in Fota Resort, the nice hotel that's just been taken over by the nice Chinese wealthy people. And we had a fabulous conference there, but we brought an awful lot of people from abroad into the conference. They were very, very impressed with it, and Cork, I have to add. We have annual awards every year where we acknowledge things that people have done, and it's not only sales related, there's a lot of other things as well. We have family fun days where get together with the children and partners of the travel counsellors, and everybody gets to know each other. We've lots of training get-togethers. You often see us floating around here in this building, but we also then have training in Dublin and up around Galway for people who are spread around. We have these really good global sales challenges. So at the moment we have 32 teams of a mix of travel counsellors from around the world competing with each other on a sales level. And at the end of the month, it's going on for the month of August, at the end of August, the winning team, 25 of the people on the team at least, go to a lovely resort in the south of Turkey called Kalkan, all expenses paid. We had our own little Irish challenge where we had teams of 7 last month, and the winning team of 7 plus Bernie, lucky Bernie, get to go to Dubai in September for 4 nights as well. So that's how we kind of get everybody motivated and communicating with each other. And the technology that we provide to allow that happen then is we've got 50 IT staff in our head office. So that would be developers, IT help desk, the works. There are 200 head office staff around the world. Like I said, we don't necessarily work from home, although sometimes I do. I think it's far easier to concentrate when you're working from home than you are in a busy office. We have an intranet that records sales leagues. There's a picture of it there on the right hand side. So whenever a travel counsellor makes a booking, they are instantly on the worldwide sales leagues, and that can be very motivational for them. We have message boards. We've Microsoft Link. Does anybody use Microsoft Link? It's a little bit like Skype, company Skype, really, really good. We also have our own booking engines that people can make bookings through. And we have every single week, we have, or even more than once a week, but globally, we have a TCTV, which is a broadcast from the UK television programme that goes out to all of our travel counsellors live. Every Thursday morning, we have our own Irish one that just goes out, thankfully, to the Irish travel counsellors. We do it from webcam, but via webcam. But in our UK, we have a full studio with cameras and mics and all those kind of things. So you think I'd be used to this, but I'm not. And this is some images of the link and our TCTV. The iPhones and iPads, by the way, all of our technology can be used via iPads and iPhones just since recently, so that's a big, big plus. So travel counsellors can actually work on the go. In fact, some of them at the moment might be on holiday somewhere in Ireland and actually working as well at the same time, or well, on holiday abroad as well. So our whole ethos really is that we are there when you need us. Our head office team are there when the TCs need us, and of course the travel counsellors are there when the customers need them. You probably all remember this volcano, which I can't pronounce, but I'll give a prize to anybody that can. When that happened and the whole world stopped flying, we have so many success stories where we were able to help customers out. We may not have been able to fly them home immediately, but we were able to sort them out and book them on the first available flights, whereas if they were trying to get through to busy airline call centres or queuing at desks at airports, you probably found that we got our customers home long before anybody else did. Last week, if you were all watching the news, you know, there was a fire in Nairobi airport. In fact, Mary had some customers en route to Nairobi for going on honeymoon and safaris and so on. 2 were stuck in Amsterdam, 2 were stuck in Dubai. But Mary was in constant touch with them day and night, reassuring them, making sure they were okay, making sure that they were booked on the first available flights in. But not only that, while they were stuck in Amsterdam and Dubai, they had plenty to keep them occupied. Well, they were on honeymoon, but they could go on excursions. Cut that out. They could go on excursions and trips that Mary could organise for them. So just about finished. We believe in top service. I don't know if anybody's ever read that book by Daniel Pink, To Sell Is Human, where they say treat everyone as you treat your grandmother, but assume that grandma has 80,000 Twitter followers. So I'd like to just finish with a very short video, and this probably explains a little bit more what Travel Counsellors is about from their point of view. This is one of our latest recruitment videos where we're trying to encourage existing travel agents, experienced travel agents, to come on board. So
I visited Australia, New Zealand, Tahiti, Peru, places that I dreamt about. They were work trips. They were business.
Great.
Yes. Yeah.
I've always wanted to be my own boss, be in control.
This is my puppy Archie. We've had him for just over a month, and I couldn't have got him if I didn't work for Travel Counsellors because he's very demanding.
I've got a young family now. I'm never going to have to ask anyone, can I go to sports day? Can I go to a school play?
Your earning potential is uncapped. It really just depends on how much you put into it.
I'm probably earning twice as much as I used to. Some travel counselors earn up to 6 times the industry average. It really is infinite.
I have a great work-life balance. I earn a great salary. There is the potential there for me to make more money. I always try and go the extra mile for my clients. Nothing is too much trouble. I'll always try and think of extra things to make things easier for them.
They have great supported head office, and the systems they offer you and the support are brilliant.
I really don't think there's a company out there that gives the level of support that Travel Counsellors do.
It's like one big happy family.
The technology has to be second to none, and it is.
We've over 50 people working on all the aspects of IT. You know, the day-to-day help desk, the technology behind it, you know, building up Phoenix.
Yesterday I was on top of the world. I was #1 for the day. My husband was very sick at one point, and my travel counselor friends just said, stay at the hospital. We'll look after your business.
Spending time with my husband, friends and family all the time, for me is more important than being chained to a desk. I like the life that I've got.